I'm being forcibly removed from the building again of a public lobby, so.
So if you want to take out that gun and badge, I'm happy to scrap with you one day. You want to do it, let's do it. Let me know, buddy.
That is not a crime, and you're telling me to get out of my vehicle.
Do you know where Lieutenant Mingus is right now? So no, he's not in the building?
I don't know. I'm not.
What do you know? I'm not telling you nothing else until I find out who's driving that vehicle. You not a supervisor, bro. I need somebody higher than you right now.
I didn't break the law. I'm not going to be found guilty of anything. This is a waste of time. If you guys want to know who I am, I'll tell you who I am. Okay. You want to know what I'm doing here? I'll tell you what I'm doing here.
If you didn't know, I went to the police academy and they kicked me out.
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Spit me on my face right now! She spit in my face!
Today's video takes us to the Fayette County Public Health Department located in Ohio. And we have a frauditor who just can't understand why he's being trespassed from a public building. Well, sonny boy, remember, doesn't matter if it's public or private. You can always be asked to leave. He just doesn't get that, though. Sit back, watch, and enjoy!
Stand Up Press here, guys, and we are in Washington Courthouse, Ohio. And we're getting ready to take a gander at the County Public Health Department. See what kind of programs they have coming up for the holidays. See how they do.
A few minutes later.
Hi, excuse me, can I help you?
I'm working on a story. Just getting some pictures.
Okay, but can one of us help you, or are you just randomly, like, what are you doing, I guess? What are you here for?
I just told you what I was doing. Getting some
You weren't very
pictures, video
specific.
for a story.
What is your name?
My name is Jason.
Jason.
Who are you?
My name is Missy Smith. What is your last name?
What capacity do you work here?
I'm not answering any more questions until you answer
I've already
questions.
answered everything that I have to answer.
What is your last name?
It doesn't matter.
Who do you work for?
I
You're
work
not
for
answering
myself.
questions. I'm calling the sheriff.
You want me to push the button, Missy?
I don't know if you need to push the button, but we'll definitely call.
What I'm doing is 100% legal.
Okay, but we don't know who you are, so if you don't have business here, you're trespassing.
I'm not trespassing. I just
Well,
told
maybe
you.
are. I'm just gonna. Can I? Do
I'm
you mind if
working
I
on-
seek clarification?
Go ahead. Call
Okay,
him.
thank you.
Well, now, that didn't take very long, did it? And maybe the lad will learn a little bit about the law today and trespassing. Of course, I doubt it, because these guys are all YouTube lawyers. I don't know anything. They know everything. Yes, indeed. Let's carry on.
I'm not going anywhere. I'll wait for him.
I'm sorry, what?
So I ain't going anywhere. I'll wait for him. And I told you I was working on a story. I didn't tell you.
And that's fine. I'm not trying to be
But you did. You
confrontational.
told them I wouldn't tell you what I was here, and I told
Oh,
you I
I'm
was
sorry.
working on a story.
Okay, I'm sorry. He is working on a story. I guess I apologize for that, sir. He did tell us that he is working on a story, but he doesn't have health department business, and he's making the staff uncomfortable. So, I mean, I'm not asking him to leave. I'm just asking if someone can come check it out.
Lisa, what do you need?
Okay. Okay, thank you.
It's
Bye-bye.
not your, can we get home Tuesday?
I just don't understand how you can work on a story without asking us additional information. Like,
Because
I offered to.
this is a public building,
Okay.
right?
I understand that.
Okay.
So what is the story if it's just pictures, I guess is what I'm asking.
Well, I'm just getting public information. That's all I'm doing. The bulletin boards and the stuff that's there for the public.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I wasn't trying to like she's talking and doing stuff with her. I'm not getting that right.
Right, because that is protected health information, and you're not.
Yeah, I can't try to get her information.
Right.
But I can
And
get
you
anything.
can't film anybody that's in here either.
Yes, I can.
I do apologize, ma'am, but this moron is gathering content for his lame YouTube channel. Now, if you really want to know what he's doing, he's trying to make a few dollars on YouTube because it's all about the clicks and views. And it's been proven time and time again, when these idiots don't get paid, when they become demonetized for a few days or even a few months, they stop uploading. That's the story.
Congratulations.
If I'm in a public space, which I'm at right now,
Okay.
right? And I can see you, you're behind the counter. I can
Right, but
film
those people are
anything
here
that
for
I can
health
see.
services. They have protected health
I
information.
understand that.
Okay.
But, okay, do I know what they're here for? There's
You
more
can
than one
figure that
thing.
out. You can figure that out from what desk they're standing at. Yes, that can be inferred or implied.
But
my
anybody that
customer.
walks in here could know that, right? If you're standing here
Right, but
and you
you
see
are
somebody,
filming it for.
it doesn't matter.
Is it for your
if you can
personal
see
use?
it.
Is it for public
No, it's
use?
for. It'd be public on.
Okay, so that is different. You know what? And I'm not arguing. You may be correct. I'm not saying that I am right and you were wrong. I'm just saying you're making the staff uncomfortable and you won't give us any additional information.
Well, I told you what I was doing. I told you my first name. I'm being polite.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I know that you are. You are being very
And
polite,
on
sir.
top of that,
But
you guys have cameras in here, correct?
I am
There's
not going
cameras
to
in
answer
here,
that
correct?
question. I am not going to answer that question.
Because there is cameras in here. I've
You
already
don't know
seen
that.
some.
Yes, idiot. The cameras are in there for the safety and security of the people who use the facility. They can also be argued that the cameras are in there to make sure that the employees do what they're supposed to do all day long and don't do things they're not supposed to. Either way, shut up about this, Frauditor.
I am not going to answer that question. I'm done. I'll let you and the sheriff work it out.
All right.
So, and I'm not trying to be confrontational with you, but I just don't
I'm
understand
not
why
either.
it
It's-
doesn't bother you that you're making people here uncomfortable.
They shouldn't be uncomfortable over a camera when they're already being recorded.
That is your assumption, sir. You do not know that.
Well, a camera does not hurt anybody. Yeah.
I don't think we have any more business. I'll just let them.
Let's take a look at the sign that the Frauditor very briefly had his camera trained on. And I'm talking about briefly, maybe about 2 seconds. I just happened to see it. No video or photography allowed in the clinic areas. Oh my goodness gracious, it sounds like his civil rights are going to be violated. Whatever will he do?
5 minutes later.
How you doing, sir?
How's it going?
I'm good. Officer Burton,
What's going on?
just taking some pictures and video. Public information, working on a story. I told them that.
Okay. You got an ID
She
on
would.
you?
What do I need ID for?
Because I got caught here for you, so I need to identify you.
I don't have to ID. I ain't broke the law.
They don't want you here, so.
They didn't tell me to leave, for one. For two, they don't really have
Do you want
to-
him to leave? You gotta leave.
Or
Or you'll go to jail.
for trespassing?
Yes.
Okay, you know that's not right.
Okay. Where's
You
your
don't,
ID
you
at?
don't have the
Let's go outside.
you don't have the right to trespass me from here.
Well, they don't want you here. You're not here for a reason.
I am here for a reason. I told them I was working on a story. And I have every right to do so.
Okay, well, they don't
Just
want
like I have every right to record you. You're
I
a
know.
public
I
employee.
have no issue with that.
They're public employees. This is a public building. And I was getting public information and asking questions. So that's
This type of behavior would have been more understandable about 30 years ago, before we had PCs and online capability in just about everywhere you look these days. Now your argument doesn't hold true these days, sonny boy, because you can get all the public information at home from your cell phone. So shut your mouth.
a journalist. I'm allowed to ask questions. And you can't stop me from doing it.
Okay.
So telling me that you're going to trespass me, that's wrong.
Well, that's how it's going to work.
And you're going to stick to that?
Yep.
Even though that the law says that you're not a feelings enforcement.
They don't want you here.
You're a law enforcement officer.
Okay, they don't want you here. You got your ID on you?
I'm not giving my ID. I haven't broke the law.
Okay. Well, being in there was when they had no reason to be in there. They came.
I already told you I had reason.
Well, that's not a reason to keep them uncomfortable and wondering why you're there.
I told them why I was there.
Okay,
And
well,
she
they
said
didn't.
that she didn't know if I was within my rights or not, which you're supposed to go in there and tell her that I am. Not tell me that I have to leave.
Okay, well, you don't
There's
give me.
case law and everything else. You want to read that? I'll tell you exactly why I'm allowed to be here and why you can't make me leave.
Okay. Well, they don't want you inside the building. So.
Okay,
You
so-
can record out here and do whatever your story is, but they don't want you inside
you're
the
going to
building.
violate my rights, right?
That's not violating your rights.
Yes,
They
it
didn't
is.
want you to hear.
I'm not sure if frauditors don't want to understand or if they're too stupid to understand. But you can always be told to leave, because the people in charge reserve the right to refuse service to anyone for any reason. And you've been told to leave. You must go. I don't care about your First Amendment rights or what you think you have. You have to go.
100%
They told me to
violate
tell
my-
you to leave. They don't want you here, so that's what we're going with.
All right, so you're going to violate my rights.
I'm
basically.
violating your rights.
It is, because you want to read what the actual law is, because you're law enforcement. You're not feelings enforcement.
I'm aware of the First Amendment right.
Okay, are you aware of all the case law that says I can do this?
Yeah. You can record out here if you want. I'm
Well,
not saying you
I
can't.
can record in there.
Well, they don't want you in there.
But it doesn't matter.
It's their right to not,
It's not.
allow you in there.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's a public building.
Exactly, and
If
they
I
don't
was
want
in
you
there
in here.
yelling and screaming and throwing stuff, then yes, they would have a right to say, hey, you can't be in here because you're causing a
They have the right
disturbance, you're
to
breaking
tell
the
you to
law.
leave. It's that simple.
Is it Hughes? How you doing?
So what's the story that you're working on?
I don't have to disclose my story. I told you I'm a journalist working on a story, gathering public information.
Okay.
Okay?
You have your credentials if you're a journalist?
There's no such thing.
Okay. Well, they don't want you here, so it's that simple.
I do apologize, Sheriff, but it's not that simple. You see, the lad is a simpleton, so he's too stupid to understand what you are trying to tell him. He's going to stand here and continue to argue with him unless you tell him you're going to arrest him. Well, then he'll leave.
Alright.
So you're saying you explained to them why you were here?
Yeah, I explained to them why I'm here.
Okay.
All
What's
right.
your name? Rumor?
Rummer.
Rummer?
Yeah, rum. Kind of like the drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you guys know the actual law that I'm allowed to go in here as a journalist and gather content?
That is not true.
What do you mean that's not true?
That's not true. If they don't want you here, it's still, even though it's public or government
There's
owned.
case law on it.
Yeah, I don't care.
All
It's
this
still
case
government
law.
owned, and they have a right to refuse you to come in.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
Did I ask what you were trying to attack?
I was just getting the stuff off the walls, you know, like the posters and bulletins and stuff like that. And then I asked if there was any programs or what have you for like the winter and things like that.
Like,
Just public information.
okay. What kind of
You know, I'm not trying to get like people's personal stuff. but,
Yeah, I was just curious because health department and HIPAA and all that stuff.
Well, that stuff's on them. The
Right.
onus is on them to protect somebody's information. That's why they have offices in the back. They take them to the back to
Right,
do
I
their
understand.
stuff.
That's why I was
So I don't
asking.
know why people's here.
An idiot with a cell phone camera thinks he's a journalist. Man, I never heard of such stupid stuff in my life. And the more videos that I sit here and edit, the angrier I become. This is way out of hand, and YouTube is the only one that can stop it. All they have to do is demonetize the platform, and then that'll be the end of the story.
You know what I mean?
Well,
They could be here for any number of things.
Sure, absolutely.
So, as far
They
as
do still have the right to refuse you to come in.
how is that? If I was breaking a law, yes.
Doesn't
If
matter.
I'm not
It's still-
causing a
it
disturbance
is
and I'm
still-
peacefully just recording the
it is
information and
still
asking for
an area
public
where
information,
If they don't want you there, you're not going to be there. Just like the city building that you were in just a little bit ago.
I can be there too.
No. If they don't want you there, you're not going to.
What's the law that says that?
Trespassing.
That's not trespassing.
Yes, it is. Well, I guess if you want to push it, we can push it.
I'm just saying that
And I'm
it's
telling you that's how it's going to be. If you go back in there and they don't want you there, it's going to be trespassing.
fine. I won't go back in. But that's a violation of the First Amendment right there.
Well, you have your opinion, and I'll take it to the court, and we'll see how the court decides on it. That's why you want to push it.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Have a good day.
I believe you're wrong, though.
Well,
I mean, I tried to
you have
show
your
him.
opinion, and I have mine. I think you probably ought to go.
All right.
Well, I guess he did get a moment of clarity there, and he's deciding to leave. But he's not finished yet. He's going to keep talking to himself in the parking lot. Let's listen to what he has to say, shall we?
All right, guys. So we're getting booted or arrested, one of the two, which we're going to have to follow up on this one. I don't think they have the right to say anything, but they obviously think that they do have the right. Washington Courthouse obviously does not follow the law or their oath to the Constitution. I pushed it. I don't want to push it too hard because I don't want to get arrested. So we will be following up with the sheriff and the police department, and probably making a complaint with the city because they threatened to arrest me for trespassing if I didn't leave. So it might take me a minute to get all that to go through. We'll have to make more records requests and whatnot, and we'll get her done.
Well, now, there you have it, folks. The lad is upset that he couldn't go into a public building and disseminate public information to his public viewers. I don't think that these morons will ever learn up from down, in from out, or right from left. They're just too stupid. But at any rate, If you enjoy watching idiots, imbeciles, and morons on my channel, please subscribe. As always, thanks so much for stopping by. Cheers to that.